Welcome to another special video edition of BYU football coverage here on Cougarblue.com. I'm here with sports editor Jared Lloyd. Jared, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Ready for the final regular season game of the year.
You know, I think a lot of fans are ready, but maybe not for the stereotypical reason. A lot of them are wondering if this game even matters. If you were talking to a fan, why would this game matter to them? What would be your chief evidence that this game does in fact matter at the end of the year?
Well, in the short term, it doesn't matter a whole lot. BYU knows what they're doing for the bowl. They're going to the Armed Forces Bowl. They don't know who their opponent's going to be, but whether they win or lose at Hawaii, it doesn't really matter. Hawaii, it's actually a very big game for them because they're 6-6 right now. So a victory means they go bowling. A loss means their season's done. So it's a big game for the Warriors. But in the long term, I think this is actually a very big game for BYU. The reason is if they win this game and then win their bowl game, that's a 10-win season, and that means a lot heading into next year. Right now, BYU is preparing for next season in a lot of ways. They've got a lot of young players. They're going to be a pretty good team next year. So if they get to that 10-win mark, end up maybe top 25, maybe the top 24, 23 in that range, that could be a huge boost as they prepare for maybe a special season next fall.
You know, a lot of the buzz going to this weekend was concerning the BYU's sudden drop from negotiations with the Big East. Suddenly that's not a factor anymore. It's all about this last game. That being said, is there a renewed focus from this team going forward? Was that ever a problem in the first place? Is there more into these games now that the off-the-field talks are suddenly done?
You know, Matt, I don't think they really cared. A lot of the players get in their own little cocoon. They're in their bubble. They go to practice. They go to class. They may talk about it with their friends, but I don't think it was really that big of a deal for them. I think the bigger distraction is probably going to be being in Hawaii. Even Bronco Mendenhall said today in the press conference that if the surf report is good and he's not at the game, we'll know where he's at. But, you know, these are football players. They're competitors. They love playing the game. So they'll go down. They'll have a fun day on Thursday, get to enjoy the islands one day, and then they'll refocus and gear up and get ready to play Hawaii. And I think this is a team that's definitely good enough to go down and play very, very well against the Warriors.
You know, once again, it seems like every week we talk about this, but quarterback appears to be the focus once again, for both teams this time around. BYU, once again, having to rely supposedly on Jake Heaps, who will get the starting nod.
Well, we don't even know that for sure. Yeah, Riley Nelson last week was cleared to fly, which was one of the big concerns with the collapsed lung. He was cleared to fly, so now they're having some tests done this week, and he might actually be the starter. Bronco Mendenhall said if Riley is cleared medically, he will be the starter against the Warriors. So we've still got some confusion there. Hawaii is actually in a similar boat. They lost their starting quarterback, Bryant Moniz, to an injury a couple of weeks ago. They've played a couple of different guys since then. But Mendenhall said that they still move the ball very effectively. They've got a great system. And he says that no matter who's going to be taking the snaps, he believes Hawaii is going to have some success moving the ball.
Certainly a big matchup to look forward in the Pacific. BYU facing Hawaii in their regular season finale. Again, I'm Matt Petersen along with sports editor of Cougarblue, Jared Lloyd. We'll see you next time.